Hey everybody, here is finally the video you've been waiting for. How to do client management in ClickUp. I know a lot of you have reached out and they wanted to get ideas because are you doing clients as a folder? Are you doing clients as a list? How do you do that? What kind of statuses? And I will answer all of your questions in today's video. Client management in ClickUp. Before we dive right into and do the whole screen share thing again, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you just want to be more productive and learn how to streamline your everyday business craziness and how to be more efficient. So now go. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't done so yet and hit the bell so you get notified. Let's head on over on my screen and show you how you can manage your clients in ClickUp. We already have my maintenance clients open right here. This is a simple board, really just for all those little loose ends of, hey, can you do this? And hey, can you do this? This is really just for my maintenance clients to keep track on it. Simple, open, in the works, follow up. Invoice, we'll get to this one in just a little bit. And then all the closed tasks. These are all just the little tiny stuff that comes around. I just wanted to show you that before we dig into those real big clients that need their own setup. Now, let's start with the client comes and we have the client onboarding and who is a potential client, who needs to get information, who signed the proposal, who paid, and all of these things. So let's start with your client onboarding workflow, shall we? This is my client workflow up here, which is pretty much my client roster. Here in the open roster is everybody that said, hey, we're not ready for this yet, just follow back up with us, things like that. Potential clients, as the name says, are real potential clients. We are in conversation, things are happening. To remind me if I need to follow up for whatever reason, we got the follow up. Then when proposals go out, they go into the proposal stage, working on, as the name says, we are working on those that could be anywhere from development to just finalizing. We are working on it. Waiting on the client means, hey, client needs to make a decision, client needs to sign something, client needs to pay. This is on hold for now. We need to hear back from the client. Finalize, especially in a web design project, means finishing touches on this. Let's get this done. Let's get this off to the client. I specifically have a maintenance tab that tracks all of my clients that are on a maintenance package, making sure I don't forget about anybody. And when they're done, they move into the closed, and those are often enough actually a closed tab, and we just hide those. This is a general overview how we keep track of people at Pacific Crest Media. Now, that question always comes up. Once the client is onboarded, once the client is working with us, how do I keep track of them? As you saw, we have the maintenance tab. That means they have gone through the development. It's really just the updates. It's a monthly blog post, whatever monthly package they have signed up with, and they stay in there. When they're in that maintenance, just because those are really just the website maintenance, they stay in there. They don't have their own tab. We are moving them out of that. They're really just staying in here. But when you have maintenance clients that also get social media, that get blog posting, that get way more than just updating their website, they need their own space. So how do we do that? Do we throw them in the list? Do we throw them in a folder? How are we handling those? Let's jump back on my ClickUp and show you how we do that. When you look in here, we had mentioned Carl already in the last video. You see we set up our clients at folder level, And then at list level is the services they have signed up with. So Cole is getting VA services from us too. All the loose ends that tend to fall off the deep end, she literally just messages me and they all go just right there in the Shiro Sidekick task. All the VA stuff. Then the content calendar is the blog posts, the social media, all of these things. And they happen right in here. To repeat, client gets into folder level. All of the projects and services they sign up for are in list level. Now make sure, as I mentioned in the last video, to embed everything. If you follow my recommendation of collecting your social media posts in an Airtable, embed that Airtable post. Use a ClickUp document to collect client information. Make sure ClickUp becomes the hub for all of your information. Make use of that time. Now let's head back over there. Then what we do, we use assets and templates to set up templates. I find this easier and to just duplicate them rather than setting up real templates. And as you can see, this is a collect all bucket for templates for things that we know are coming up. We then move into the to-do when we are ready to do those. In progress means we're working on it. Finalize means putting the finishing touches on it. Invoice, so you know that the task that is moved in there has time on it, but you haven't invoiced it yet. So make sure you have one of those tabs in there so your time doesn't get lost somewhere. And then we move it into closed. Now we use tags to really show, hey, this is their social media, this is their blog posts. I didn't want to build separate lists for blog post content and then social media content. It's all content calendar. And that's just how we had decided to handle it. You can do separate lists for web design and then social media and then blog posting if the job really becomes that big that it needs its own list. Now, the nice thing about this in here is when you open up one of those tasks, approval, meaning, hey, all of this stuff needs to be approved, can be assigned to the client. You don't have to email them, pull them in as a guest, set a due date, assign it, make sure you set your dependencies, and skip on all of those email mess forward and back, and nothing is working. The other thing is, same with your VA or any associates you're working with. Everything happens in here. As I mentioned, the Airtable form is in here with posts and all of that thing. There is client information. It's all right there. You do not have to go anywhere else. Make sure to make this your business hub. Now, as you might know, I also use Dubsado. Now, there is the issue of Dubsado timing. If you forget to stop the timer, that timer is going to run for the next 5 days till you finally realize it's working there. It's running there. So that didn't work for me because, yeah, I had at some point 52 hours on a client's invoice. Luckily, it didn't end up on the invoice, but you know what I'm saying. So we've been playing around how to do that because I also want to make sure that the time I'm tracking in ClickUp is not going anywhere. So what we've done is we use the task, we use the log time feature. I do like when I work with associates or myself just to figure out if I'm staying in the time frame that I want to be in or that it's really as much time spent as I thought it is. I like to use the estimate feature, but log the time in there. When the task is done, move it into the invoice feature, meaning that task has been done, the time is recorded, but we still have to invoice it. And once you invoiced it, you move it over to closed. You can make that a separate task list or subtask in the task itself too, and make sure to check it off. Yes, it has been invoiced. So you know the track time you have, you also build for. We do not want to lose that potential income. Happens way too easy. And that's pretty much it. This is how we are internally at Pacific Crest Media handling clients. That's how things don't slip through the cracks. Make sure to make use of the ClickUp extension too. If you don't want to pull in a client into your board, pull in their emails. Make sure to train your clients. Hey, if you need something done, email me at this email. Click the button, add it as a task. And if you haven't used the ClickUp extension yet, there is a video where I'm talking about the extension and how simple it makes life. Hope it helped you. Comment below, how are you handling your client management in ClickUp? I want to hear from you. And I'll see you again soon.